What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. I am in Central North Carolina, Zone 7B, and today I want to show you all the things that are blooming on almost the last day of August. So September is upon us, and I don't know about you, but I feel like it's still June. For whatever reason, I just cannot get past the fact that it is almost fall. I did have a pumpkin spice cold brew from Starbucks, which was great, but I'm just not there. I am not there. So I thought I would give you sort of a August garden tour, but also show you what is blooming in August in North Carolina. So a lot of what I am growing in my landscape, I started from seed. And so I'll tell you all about that. But we have hurricane, I can't remember the name of it. The hurricane is coming up. It's in Florida, and the tip of it is crossing the North Carolina, South Carolina border right now. Buckle up, get a glass of wine, get a cup of coffee, pumpkin spice latte if you want to, and let's get started. So I just want to give you sort of an overall view of how it looks. Can we talk about all of the pink that you are seeing? This is the Supertunia Vista Bubblegum from Proven Winners. And across here, there are only 7 plants. I have not fertilized these weekly. I have maybe fertilized them 3 times, and I have not pruned them back. 7 plants, you guys. My vibe was a cottage garden, and I feel like I have achieved that. I have caught myself really wanting to clean it up. It feels so messy, but that's the goal. So in here we have zinnias, supertunias, and then ageratum. These are the floss flower. So we have some blue, which are purple. We have some red, they're actually hot pink, and then we have some white. It has bloomed nonstop, and you know, it's doing really, really well. It has spread quite a bit. I did not plant it all in here, and it has just taken off. The knockout roses, they look very good. I have not had to do much to them, prune them just a little bit. Little lime hydrangeas that are supposed to be dwarf that are not, they were laying on the ground. I had to come in and really go to town on them. They looked so bad. So I had to take some of the weight of the blooms off, which, you know, caused it to stand back up. I did try and stake it, tie it, and it just was too much. So my climbing rose back here, that is the Eden climbing rose. And then right here we have an espalier. This is a Carolina jasmine. I have 3 planted across here, and then 2 in a planter here. And I have had to continuously prune. I do not like how this has kind of filled in, so I need to go back in and thin it out a good bit. But overall, it's really, really healthy right now. So I wanted to show you while it's actually looking good, because this thing is the most temperamental. It's nice, but if you don't want high maintenance, don't get an espalier. So starting over here, we have our Anthony Water Spirea. It's a gorgeous hot pink. This is a deciduous plant. It's manageable, just doesn't look very good in the winter, but it's pretty. So we're gonna leave it alone. I have my Supertunia Vista Bubblegum all across the front. I wanna say this is 4 plants across here. And then I did plant some across the top on that wall. It has just exploded and is absolutely gorgeous. I have catmint, dahlias, some cosmos, zinnias. And then this is called anise hyssop, and is absolutely something I will plant next year sooner. It takes a while to bloom, but boy, when it does, it's amazing for the pollinators. Bees are on it all the time. I do need to deadhead it, but I just can't bring myself to do it because they are all over it. And then we have a Encore azalea over here, a Miss Lemon abelia over here. Those are the Southern Living Garden collection. And then we have some knockout roses across the back. Need to prune those down to kind of cause them to bush out some. Again, our Supertunia Vista looking gorgeous and trailing over the wall. And then we have our gardenia. I have 3 gardenias, so 1 over here behind the anise hyssop, 1 here, and 1 here. And then again, I do have zinnias. They laid down over here, something got in them, and I just have left them alone. There were so many bees and birds and butterflies on them. Gorgeous, grown from seed, the majority, with the exception of the shrubs. Obviously, I do have an encore azalea under there that is blooming. So here's a view of the back. I just wanted to show you how the Supertunias are trailing. I did try and tie some twine to lift up the zinnias, but that was a losing battle, so I just gave up on that. So I want to share with you something that I find magnificent. Here in North Carolina, we cannot grow petunias very well because we have high humidity. Like right now, I want to say the temperature high is maybe 80. That is a beautiful day. That is not crazy hot. However, the humidity, it feels like the air, you could cut it with a knife. That is not exaggerating, just trying to paint a picture for those of you that do not have humidity, have not felt it. It feels like the air is wet, almost. Like after it rains really, really hard, have you ever been outside and felt it's like damp in the air? That's how it feels all day here when it is humid. It is so humid. Your hair, like you can get a shower and it feels like you step outside and you're immediately soaking wet because it's so humid. So petunias do not like the humidity. They end up getting, they're susceptible to some mildew or mold, and they can't handle it. I've never been able to keep petunias once the temperatures get to this level, hot, and there's no cool nights and there's a high humidity, until the proven winners, Supertunias, and then the Supertunia Vistas. So this year I decided I wanted to try out the Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. And so I wanted it all across the front of my house. I tried them last year and I had the jazzberry. Bloomed all the way until November, which is crazy because it bloomed and thrived throughout the hottest part of the entire summer. So I say that to tell you that if you have a love of petunias like I do, Proven Winners Supertunia series, phenomenal. They do not have any of the issues. They do a lot of the trials in Florida where it is even more humid than it can possibly be here, which is crazy because it is so humid. Oh, it's so hot. I feel like I've got a blanket over me right now. That's how the air feels. It's thick and Anyway, I'm not complaining because I don't want cold weather to come. I don't want it. But anyway, I wanted to show you, it's kind of hard to visualize what one plant looks like. They spread. They are a mounding, spreading petunia. And I have never seen, I've seen what a cluster of them, like what's right here, looks like. But I have never seen just one plant and what one plant does until now. So I want you to see, this is one plant. Ladies and gentlemen, one plant, okay? Magnificent, right? This is magnificent. Let me flip the camera around and we'll get up close and personal with it. I'm so amazed by this plant. So this is just one planted right here in the center. It's not been pruned back and it has not been fertilized at all. I have not fertilized this even one time. So I can only imagine, had I fertilized it, what would happen. It would be even bigger and even more beautiful. But this is a must try, an absolute must try. For me here in zone 7B, this was blooming at Thanksgiving last year and we had cold nights. So it will even go down in the 40s. This year I'm gonna leave them and just see what we get down to, I believe. That's my plan right now. This is the Monarda Bee Balm. This is Leading Lady by Proven Winners as well. And it is a spectacular plant. I'm gonna cut it back at the end of the season and it will come back. We have more gardenias, and then we have the most gorgeous bed. This is my Southern Living garden collection. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So these I planted, they were 3-gallon and they were really little. And I really wanted to see how quickly they would get up and grow. And look at these. They have put on amazing growth. They look so good. These are red diamond loropetalum. They almost have a black-red dark leaf and they bloom red. Looks really, really pretty. And then we have the Sunshine Ligustrum. so pretty, rapid growers. We planted them, I want to say at the end of May. We have already put on probably a foot of growth, which is amazing. I want it to fill in this area and provide some privacy. I am going to keep them pruned back, but love, love, love. So here is our proven winners at last rose. This is a landscape rose that's supposed to get about 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide. And I planted this because my husband just took a new job as the head football coach at our local new high school. Colors are orange and royal blue. This is struggling. I feel like it doesn't get enough sun. It's put on some new growth, as you can see here. And it is a very, very pretty color when it blooms. Move this to the front where it can get full sun. I have a camellia I need to pull out. That was a transplant. It didn't survive. And then across the back here, I have encore azaleas. So the cool thing about encore azaleas is they bloom 3 different times a year. So you've got them in the spring when all the rest of the azaleas are blooming. Then you have them bloom in the summer. Wild enough, they bloom in the summer. And then this is their 3rd bloom in the fall. And they are looking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I have Creeping Jenny. I started one little volunteer. I pulled them up and look at what has happened. They spread. They're gorgeous. Love the chartreuse color. And then I have my Yuletide camellia. This is my most favorite. It blooms at Christmas time, around Christmas in December. It's red for Christmas. This is my cool shade, dappled shade bed. So this is full shade, dappled shade. This is all new install. I have a Japanese maple. Coleus, all started from seed. I have pinched it back once. It is going crazy. And then we have a lot of impatiens, so white here, and then some hot pink New Guinea impatiens, or sun patiens, hurrah, and then again with the Southern Living Garden Collection. This is called Obsession Nandina, one of the most beautiful Nandina I have ever seen. I mean, the new growth is spectacular. I love it. And I have a little bit of the liriope. This is the mounding liriope. It doesn't spread. It has a pretty purple flower. A lot of people don't like this, and the common name is monkey grass in my area. Some people call it lily turf, but this we call variegated liriope. And then again with the Creeping Jenny, the New Guinea impatiens have done so well. So let's take a look at the garden. I do want you to take note at all that is still looking beautiful in almost September. Just a quick overview. This is standing with my back to the gate and then looking over here. And then we are just going to kind of take a little look. The zinnias, not so much. I did come in here. They were laying over my pathway. So I did come in here and kind of cut them back. These are doing okay, but they are covered in the mildew or mold. But these are dahlias. The dahlias are from the Dollar Tree. They are the American Seed Company dahlias. They are the Unwin Dwarf and the Rainbow Mix. We have Gomphrena. It's just okay for me. It has grown on me. And then a Bee Balm Lombata. These are ready to collect the seeds. This is a late sowing of zinnias here and then across the front in front of my greenhouse. So I'm 5'1.5", and this one is taller than me right here. So these are the California giants, and they absolutely, well, I guess it's a giant to a grasshopper. I like to feel like I'm not that tall, but I'm tall. Zinnia is taller than me. I want you to see how beautiful this is. This is a combination of our moon vine and the purple hyacinth. Now, as you come under here, you can see the bright green is the moon vine. The darker purpley green is the purple hyacinth. And I just love the color combination together. I love how they look. I just had one vine and I wanted to plant it. I didn't want to lose it. And so I planted it here. and have been absolutely pleased. The purple hyacinth bean took so long to bloom that I'm not sure I love that on a trellis. I really am thinking not next year. I started some late season sunflowers and I just want you to look. They are amazing. Amazing. I am so excited because I started these like after July, like maybe a month, 2 months ago. And I planted them. Look, they're so pretty. And then I have more zinnias here. They look really, really good. This is the ornamental corn, and we'll peel it back. I'm really hoping to make a wreath for my front door. So I want to save the husks on them and flip it backwards. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Okay, we'll look at one more together and then I'm not peeling the rest. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I have okra back here. Never grown okra before. For those of you that are cringing right now, I know. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that there was okra back here and they can't get this big. So the marigolds are still knocking it out of the park. You guys, if you like marigolds, these are a must-have, This is the Mission Marigold. Literally have bloomed from the time they first started, which was late spring, and they have not stopped. And I have not done anything to them. Back here, we have more of the Mexican sunflower, ageratum, marigolds, and then Anaheim peppers. And then I have my scuppernong and muscadine grapes here that are almost ready. We have cosmos here. So pretty, they're reblooming. And then I planted some late season zinnia. So coming over here, we have more of our late season zinnias. And this is just the backside. I was standing right over there. This bed is what I've always called my leftover bed that turned out to be the prettiest bed. We have basil, ageratum, ami, green and purple. We have cosmos and zinnias, straw flowers, which I am not a fan of, snapdragon. And we have our lemon balm, some bee balm, lambada, some chives, and marigolds, and then weeds. And I need to come in here and really go to town and cut things back. So there is kind of an overview and a super quick tour. Okay, that is it. We got through this without the rain, and I think I'm pretty impressed. I'm impressed that this is what the garden still looks like in the end of August. So I'm really getting ready to crank up the winter sowing discussions, and we are going to talk about some really fun, exciting things. So check back and I will see you in another video soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to hear your comments. What's your favorite thing that is blooming in the month of August? I hope you have a chance to go out, get your hands dirty, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the warmth, and stay safe. And I'll see you in another video soon. Take care.